Hi everyone, Great Power 60 here. So I came across this folder, and what it is digitals on labeled paper. I think what happened is I printed this page, not realizing it was a label, and then I turned it over, reprinted it again, and figured, what the heck? Maybe I'll use these labels on something. This one came off. It was down here, kind of ripped a little bit, but yeah, so I'll probably just throw that one out. There's no point keeping that. I've done it again, and these are all different YouTubers, different influencers. Here I printed, again, I must have had, I printed this off. I thought it was cute. I'm not sure who. And then I turned it over and printed on this label, and I've got this now. I could easily just leave it like that. Same with this one. This one here, I didn't print on the back. I did take one off and use it. I completely forgot about these. And what I thought would be fun would be I've still got these from the master board that I cut up. And I thought maybe I could use some of these things to decorate. Here's another one that I did. Yeah, this is the label side. I had printed it on here. These ones were created by Shabby Dabby Doodah. Some of them have the names on it, some of them don't. Here's another one that's a label, but look at the back. Now I'm thinking once these labels are all used, I'll be able to use the back of this for, you know, whatever, collaging. This one was black and white, colored on this side. Again, oh my God, I'm telling you, I am such an idiot. Now these black and white ones are on the label side, and this is the back. So eventually when the labels are done, if I ever finish them. Now this is a page I created myself, but I printed this one in error on the back of the labels. So these are labels here. And I don't know why I had, I think it was a color before I got my color wheel. I had that page there. So now I'm thinking, I don't know about this black and white one, but some of these can be really cool. Oh, I've even got the whole head of the unicorn. That's really great. Now, it doesn't have to be just tags that I can use these on. I could put them on labels. I could make labels. Yeah, let me see. I have no idea how big these are. So let's just measure. Oops. So we're looking at, it's about 2 2 2/3 by probably a little 1 1/4. 1 1/4. So, I mean, these could easily be transported from these pages onto paper. And now I just have to, here's a small piece of paper. Let me cut it. If it's too If it's 1 1/4, I could make it 1 1/2. Let's just play here. I've forgotten already. And what is it? This 3 1/2. So let's go with 1 1/2 wide. Let me do a couple of them. I'm just using scrap paper that I have, okay? And what did I say it was? 2 3/4 or 2? Let's rip it right off here. Nope, 2 1/2. Okay, so then it would be, that would be 2 1/2, so I would make it 2 3/4 so that I would get a border around it, right? I don't know what I'm doing yet. I am just playing. Let me, I got out my paints because I was planning on doing some painting and see how the paint would go on these. But first, let me play with this. I think I've made a big mistake on this one. Oops. Yeah. But I definitely could make it. Let's pull that over. Yeah, I definitely measured that incorrectly. Definitely measured that incorrectly. Get my, oh gosh. I don't even know where anything is anymore. Oh, here they are. I'm just gonna get the big scissors out. And of course I can't cut worth beans. Yeah, definitely crooked, definitely. Oh, I'm definitely pretty pathetic when it comes to doing some of these without measuring properly. So rather than do that and make a mess, I know you're all thinking the same thing. Why don't you just take it off and glue it onto a large piece of paper, and then you can cut it out later? Right? Right. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now, the other thing that is kind of cool to do is to take off the sides. Ooh, it's stuck to my finger. Come on, get off. Couldn't take it off here. There we go. So that you know, I have a better idea of where the labels are. So, and I can just put them on. Doesn't matter if they're straight or not. I definitely need some other paper. Let me see what I have. Okay, I've got 2 kinds. Oh, I don't want to use that one. That one's my thick one. I'd rather pull out. I could pull out a white one. I could pull out, this black is very thin. Let's pull out a very thin white one and work from there. Okay, I got too many things on the go here. Let me finish with this one. I am just going to lay these down. Oh, I didn't use my glue stick on that one, and I should have. Okay. I don't know if this one will fit. It does, just barely. Again, I forgot. Let me grab my guillotine so that I can cut this out. With a little bit of space. And now, let me go here. At this point, it doesn't really matter whether it's straight or not. But these are going to become different types of labels. So I'm just going to cut those up and put them over here. What am I going to do with all of these, she said. What everybody is asking. What is she going to do with all of these pieces of labels? And this one here is crooked. Yes, it is very, very crooked. And I am just going to do my best to make it straight. Oh, that is terrible. There we go. Yeah, don't ask me to cut things. Not a good idea. So now that I have these on here, what am I going to do with them? That is a very good question. What I can do with them is use these on tags. I could use them on tags by, if I wanted to just kind of vintage them out a little bit. Now, I don't know about that one, but this one, and I could bring more blues into the picture and use it there. Let's take one of these. Oh, I like all of them. Yeah. Okay. So, let me finish off here. I'll be right back. So I didn't get to finish yesterday when I was talking about these misprints when I had printed on labels instead of, I'll leave that there for now. So I continued on working on these, and what I have done is I have used the coffee dyed paper for backing. I've used white cardstock, and I've used black cardstock. I left a few on, like the black ones. I just left them on there because they won't need to be using distress ink along the sides. And then I left these ones here. And I'm just going to put them in this box. Now, so the ones with the paper, I used my distress ink. I think it was Vintage Photo on these. Okay, I used Vintage Photo on these. And then some of the pages that had green on it, I took, I put them away. Let me grab them here. I used Rustic Wilderness on some of these green ones. I thought it was kind of cool because it matched the green within there. And then the blue, some of the blue, especially the darker blue, I used my Mermaid Lagoon to distress around the edges. And then some of these other ones, I know I have more around somewhere. I used the speckled egg, which really made it sort of stand out a little bit better, so that if I was to use it on here, for instance, or I've got the green. Which green did I use? It wasn't this, it was another green. Anyway, that would look really cool on there. Speckled egg. Anyway, so I have them in these little boxes, and that's what this little box, anyway, for now, to hold on to those. Let me put these away. So just to finish off my video, that is what I ended up doing, is putting some of those labels onto cardstock or different types of paper. With the rest of these, I am, I'm in a painting mood. And I'm looking at this black and white one, and I'm thinking, like I did the other day, I'm thinking to get some paints, and I finally found, it was my little tubes of paint. I found them in the box that I brought to my daughters when I spent an evening with them. And I have to keep them in here because we're going to have another on the 28th. I'm going to be, I don't call it babysitting anymore. I'm going to be watching the kids, and the youngest one and I want to do some painting. I asked him first on his brother's birthday. I said, when Nanny comes over to watch you guys while Mommy and Daddy are going out on a date night, would you like to help me do some painting for videos? And he said yes. So I am thrilled that him and I are going to have some special time together, because the other two boys who are older, the 15-year-old and the 17-year-old, we had a lot of that time together when they were younger, doing crafts and doing all kinds of stuff together. One of the fun things that we did was blindfold drawing, where we decided to do some crazy blindfolding. Now I'm going to take out my other paints. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You pick a subject. We had it in 2 phases. You're blindfolded. You've given a piece of paper, either a marker or crayon or whatever, and you can decide what you want to do, and you do it. The other step was, especially for Nanny, they said, okay, Nanny, we want you to draw this. So I put on my blindfold, have my pen, I know where the paper is, and I had to draw what it was. So it was kind of a fun exercise in imagination and, just getting them to have a little, fun with their grandmother. I'm just looking here. I got some greens and pinks. I got all kinds of stuff here. I think that's enough of that one. I think we'll put that in here. Maybe take out some darker blue. This is white. I think that's all. Do I have yellow? No, I don't have yellow. And I don't have orange. I don't know why I'm bringing all these colors out, but anyway. So what I thought I would do is basically what I did the other day. I have no idea if this ink is going to spread or not. This was printed quite a long time ago. This particular one is from My Porch Print. My Porch Prints is the author of these washi tape kind of things. Now, I'm going to take a wet one here, and I want to start off with a color, but I didn't want it to be too dark. So I think because I'm going to have to get a new beige. My beige is very old. I think I got it so long ago. Let's just see here what I can do with this. Like I say, I have no idea with this being wet. I wonder if I should try a dry sponge first. Let me try this dry sponge and see. And again, I just want to go over it, but I don't want to hide any of these things. I just want to mute a little bit and add a little color to some of this. And again, I'm doing it this way, whoops, rather than like a brayer, which I could take out my brayer. Perhaps that might work better. I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me find my brayer here. And let's see if that might work a little bit better. Let's go with this very light green here. And, you know, I'm working in very limited space. So let's see. You know, brayers don't give me the freedom of what I want. So I don't know if that's going to work. Let me grab some of this paint on this sponge. And now that I've done that, let's see about the padding. See, I don't want to lose this beautiful picture on the back, but that might be something I could do. All right, let's bring in some pink. And I'll use another baby wipe. And again, as I said before, I like to just kind of go over it very gently. I still want to see what's underneath, but I don't want we're just checking to see how the paint is going to react with the ink from the printer. Oops. Okay. And I also can do a little bit of dabbing, you know. We try a little bit of everything on my art journal travels. We try all kinds of different things. Okay, let's try that purple again. I really liked that purple. I'm not going to put too much paint on here. Oop, I think I put too much on that. Again, I think just playing around with the color. Now, remember, this is just background. That's all this is just background covering the individual what do we call images? Thank you. Oh my God. Individual Individual, individual. Okay, again, that is a lot. Let me see if there's another page here that I might be able to use. I got all these butterflies. I have no idea. Let's take this off for a minute, and let's see if I am going to be able to spread this without, I want to use it up is what I want to do, without hiding the butterflies behind. I mean, it's pretty much the same. I'm going horizontally rather than vertically. Whereas if you're doing it with a brayer and you're doing it with your gel press, when you're brayering up and down, basically. Sometimes side to side, but you're not getting that wistfulness that I like. All right, that one needs a little quietening down. So I'm doing two at once, and I hadn't planned on doing that. Oh my God, am I? Yes. I just had a panic attack that I wasn't, too much again. That I wasn't filming. I'm going to be using more of this. So let's see if I can. I don't like those two colors together. Isn't it funny? I should have gone with the pale pink. Now I'm also going to the edges because some of these labels go right to the edge, and I need to make sure that I go right to the edge with the paint. Yep, this is definitely a mess. Definitely a mess. Let me see what else I can put on. Well, this is my old one. This is my own digital that I created myself. So I can mess this up as much as I want because I can reprint it. And again, going to the edges sometimes helps get a little bit of paint on there. Important lessons. And I'm using up the paint, which is what I wanted to do here, is use up some of the paint that is on my wet one. Wet one. Okay, we'll put that there. I'm going to come back to this one because I'm going to add some pink to it just to try and quiet down. And maybe I'll use this sponge here and see if I can kind of quieten down some of these colors that are so dark here. I mean, I have no idea how this is going to turn out, and I won't know until I put it on a journal cover or whatever. You know, I won't know until I take it off. Okay, let's go back to our black and white, and I think I had a little bit of green on there, but I'm going to go way off base here and add a little turquoise. Come on, there you go. I'm gonna clean that piece off as best I can, throw it there. Now let's use this one. Let's just go a little crazy going around and just now some of it I could do a little bit of scraping with. Again, I'm using a lot of pastels, as you know. I do like pastels, but I also want to have it a little bit, not grungy, but kind of. Okay, I'm leaving that so that when I rip off one, I'm going to have some kind of pattern on there. Okay, that's that one. On this one, I think I'm going to do the same, just add a little blue, not that it needs it, but it'll be a hint. That may be a good thing, maybe a bad thing, I don't know. And these do look like a mess, right? They do. They do look like a mess. However, it's not until we peel them off individually and try and use them that they're actually, are they a mess or are they art? And since I had this one out, I've got the reds in there. Do I want to go with the blues or do I want to add green? I am thinking green. Green, green, green. And here's the green here. And I'm just wondering, I'm gonna need more green than that. I am. I did not think I would, but I think the sponge holds quite a bit of paint when we're painting, when we're playing, and that's all I'm doing is playing. And again, not today's video is going to make it too long, but in a few future videos, I can make labels and show you how I'm going to use them. And one of the things that I like, if this is a total disaster, if this is a total mess, I still have the digital that I could print over again. I really like the green in here. I'm really liking the green on this. Yeah, I'm really liking that green on there, and I think that is it. I think that is it for that one. This one is a total disaster. It's going to need some white. Definitely going to need some white. Where is my white? Where is my white? Let's wipe off this mess. I'm glad I have this glass piece that I can actually do all of this. Is this the white? Yes, it is. it's definitely going to need something. And what I'm wondering is if I should use a stamp. Or maybe, how about, hold on here. Okay, I'm gonna go completely off the board. I need another sponge, I think. Well, maybe I can use this one, this side. We shall see. I am going to be using an alpha label, and it's unfortunately in order, but I don't think it matters because each one of these are individual. So I think in order to just kind of whiten it down a little bit, I don't know how it's going to work. It may cover the butterflies more than I want it to, but let's see. I'm not sure. To be honest with you, I am not. Oops, let's hold that down. I don't have to just dab it. You know, I can. And here are numbers down here, which is great. Smaller letters. I think I was putting too much white on here. Now let's have a little peek at how that's going to work. It's probably going to be just fine, simply because, as I said, I got to wash that off. Each one of these are going to be individual. Let me see. If I take this one off, let me see. Here, just as an example, I'm going to be taking them off anyway. This is all you're going to get with that. Let me see, do I have here? I do. Is that wide enough? Yes, I think it is. I know it's not dry. I'm just putting it on here to give you. So we won't know where that particular label will go. So it doesn't, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to let that dry. I got to go wash off my stencil. And, I could do it the opposite way here. Let's just see what happens when I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just experimenting, guys. I love to experiment. I'm just going to use my brayer to press down because, oops, didn't mean to do that. To wipe off my, it really didn't show much. I think it was probably too dry. So we'll just sit that there. But that was kind of a little fun thing to just speckle it. Again, these are all going to be individually done, which means you don't know what you're going to get at all. So we're going to let that dry. We're going to let the other ones dry. This one definitely needs some white, definitely. And I think I'm going to bring this back in. And as I said, it doesn't matter that it's in order because, is that the white? Yep. Because they're individual labels. So I may get half a B, I may get half a C, I may get a number, half a number, I may get a whole number. We don't know, because we don't know what each one of these is going to be. So I'm just playing, totally playing, guys, just trying to have a little fun and see what happens. Like, it's just experimenting. That's a lot of fun. Just trying to figure out what else can we do to make things different? What else can we do to play? You know, just play. And again, that's got to be washed. And that's just a mess, a total mess. It looks horrible. But as we peel them off individually, it's going to look a lot different, as I showed you in this one that's not quite dry. It's going to look different once it's all taken apart. The other thing I didn't do in this one, I don't think, is take off. Why do I have trouble taking off the siding on this? Maybe it's because I've got it glued down. Ah, here we go. Whoa, that needs to stay there. And that needs to stay there. I'm going to pull these off. Here we go. All right, you do not belong there. And we'll pull these off. Again, some of them, because of the paint, is attaching to the sides. There we go. Stuck to my fingers. It is stuck to my fingers. So here we have, you know, it looks like awful, but it actually is quite cool. And I think once it's dry, I'm going to black stamp some numbers. Yeah, that's another thing. So anyway, guys, that is it for me for today. I wanted to share that, you know, I've taken some of these apart and I've made labels out of them. All we have to do is enhance them with all kinds of different things. Yeah, I'm going to have so many I'm going to have to share with you guys. I mean, there's just no way I'm going to be able to do all of that. So for now, I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to go wash off my stencil. And yeah, it's amazing when you get started on something, how you just want to continue on. But you know, let's get back to this. I didn't want to waste these print-offs. I didn't want to waste them. I wanted to come up with some idea. I mean, this is a beautiful page once all of the labels from the other side. That's not a label, is it? It's this side, isn't it? Yes, it's this side. Yeah. So once the labels are all off, I'll be able to use that. Okay, that's it for me. Thanks for joining me. I hope you're having fun with me. I'm having fun, totally having fun. Once this is all dry, I think I'm going to just take individual numbers. I may use my Tim Holtz one that has bigger numbers and maybe just stamp them here and there. And we'll see what happens from that. All right. So thanks for joining me. Let me know what you think. And, you know, I mean, they were mistakes. They were printer mistakes. I had printed off one thing, and then turned it over to do the back, and unfortunately I was using labels. I was using label paper instead of regular paper, and that's why I ended up with yeah, with all of this stuff. I mean, some of these I can continue. I mean, I don't have to color. These ones I could very easily just stamp. These are from, like I said, my porch prints, and these are supposed to be washi. So if I took one off of here, like this, and put it onto another backing of some kind, or if I just wanted to take one and just put it directly on here, I don't know if it'll come off now, I'm not going to try. If I took off one of these, let me just, I like these buttons, okay? So I could easily just put that on here like this. I could have gone around, distressed around it. I still could distress it a little bit very easily, and then maybe add a number or two or something to make it stand out. So there, we've already used one of the labels. So I don't have to paint them all. I mean, I can still use these for other things, but I just wanted to share that with you. And I hope you had fun watching me make a mess. Look at my hands. Thanks for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments if you play around with labels at all, or if you like painting, or like playing, or like making a mess like I do. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you again soon. Bye for now.